ankle, Jerry McLean with an ankle. Kevin Pierre-Louis, ankle. And calf, Alex Smith, feel good story. You know. As far as the actual game, let's look into the game. Let's look into the games tomorrow let's look at the games tomorrow as the NFL postseason. 3 games. The Bills versus the Indianapolis Colts. Colts are pretty much Colts. It's pretty much number 7 versus number 2. Number 7, number 2. The winner will face the Kansas City Chiefs. Winner face the Kansas City Chiefs. The Buffalo Bills are favorite, 6-point favorite. The over unders is 51. If you're in the betting, to me, Buffalo has the bet. Buffalo now. This is their Buffalo third year in the postseason. They won the division this year, and they are the top dog in the AFC East now. The Colts, I have to be honest with you, I was a little worried, but they got into the playoffs. They got into the playoffs thanks to the Dolphins' loss, and have one of the top defense in the NFL. And this might be a low-scoring game. Buffalo will know about that in the several years ago against Jacksonville. Everybody remember that wild card game when it was like 9-6 or something like that. 9-6 or something like that. It's going to be a 1:00 game. The weather, I don't know how the weather is in Buffalo, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be cold. So, and Buffalo first home game. Just check this out, folks. This is Buffalo first home game since 1995. First home game since 1995. They haven't won a playoff game since 1995. Think about that for a minute. You know. So a lot of pressure with Buffalo, and there's not going to be no fans. So let's keep that in mind. You know. This is a tough game to pick, to be honest. This is really a tough game to pick. This is really a tough game. But I like Indianapolis. I think they what I saw earlier in this season. I like this Indianapolis team. They don't score a lot of points though. But if Josh Allen don't lose the game the way they did last year in the wild card, Buffalo's gonna win this game. So I'm gonna take Buffalo to beat the Indianapolis Colts and get their first home win in quite some time. The second game, Seattle against the Rams versus the Seahawks. The first time the Rams and the Seahawks face each other since 2004 in the playoffs. And the weather should be a little cloudy, about 44 degrees. Kickoff time is 4:40 on Fox. Down the stretch, as far as these teams, as far as both of them is concerned, I didn't like how Seattle fit. Seattle looked pretty solid. The Seattle was sloppy. Seattle at times could look unbeatable. The Rams, I don't know, with John Wolford as their quarterback now, so Jared Goff is not going to play in the game. I still like, you can't see how it's hard to pick Seattle at home. So and I forgot the Rams had the top defense in the National Football League. So it's going to be a pretty much battle. It's gonna be a physical game. So I like Seattle. I really do. I like Seattle. And the nightcap tomorrow is the Washington football team against Tampa. This is an easy game to pick. I like Tampa. I like Tampa. It's too much offense, too much firepower. I don't care what Chase Young says. Chase Young look good, but remember, the Washington football team was this close to losing. If it wasn't for Doug Peterson, the way he pulling Jalen Hurts and so forth, the Washington football team would be out and the Giants would be in. But instead, the Washington football team is in. Here's the thing. They gotta put up more. You gotta have to stop Tom Brady, because if they don't stop Tom Brady, if Chase Young and those boys, and they have a good defensive line, they really do. The Washington football team we're talking about.